This video is on how to calculate and round with your calculations. This one is going to be on specifically when you add and subtract numbers. So the rule is that when you add and subtract, answers can have as many decimal places as the measurement with the least number of decimal places. So remember, we're looking at numbers after the decimal. So for example, if you have 5.23, that has two numbers after the decimal. 1, 2, the 2 and the 3. If you have 127, and that's it, you have 0 numbers after the decimal because the decimal's not even written. We should know it's right there, but there's nothing in those places afterwards. So we'll do a few examples. Make sure you have your calculator out for this. You will want to type these in and see what your calculator answer is. So the first one, 12.23 grams plus 25.528 grams plus 18.1217 grams. You're going to want to first just type that in your calculator and see what your calculator says. So my calculator answer is 50, come on, hold on. There we go. All right, 55.8797. All right, but I can't necessarily carry that many digits because looking at my numbers, I can only be as accurate as my least accurate measurement. So the first number, the 12.23, has 2 numbers after the decimal. The second one has 3, the 5, the 2, and the 8. And the third number has 4. So our smallest amount is 2. So I need to round my number to 2 numbers after the decimal. The number before the decimal can be a zillion. We're just looking at digits after. So really what our answer is going to be is 55.8. And we have one more, but that 7 after it is a 9, and that 9 is going to make the 7 round up. So we're going to round this up to 8. And then we don't want to forget units. When you add and subtract, your units have to match. We've got grams, grams for all of these. So our answer will be in grams. All right, so let's do another one. So the next one, I've got, let's see, 278.54 milliliters minus 21.1 milliliters minus 58.92 milliliters. So when I type that all in my calculator answer is 198.52. So now I have to go check and see what do I round it to. So this first number, the 5 and the 4, so I've got 2 numbers after the decimal. The second one I only have 1. And the third number I have 2, so my smallest amount is 1. So I have to round this one as well and make this 198.5, and that's it. The 2 does not make the 5 round up. My units would be milliliters for this. Okay, this last one, go ahead and try it on your own first, so pause it if you want. So we've got 22 plus 0.00225 plus 0.28 plus 0.105. So adding these up, my calculator says 22.38725. Okay, so numbers after the decimal. I have 0 for this first number, 4 for the second, 2 for the third, and 3 for the fourth. So 0 is my smallest, so I need to round this to nothing after the decimal, which would just be 22. It wouldn't round up because the next number is a 3, and my units would be centimeters. Now, one last thing, it could happen where you need to add numbers after the decimal. If you had something like 2.0 plus let's say 7.00. All right, if you type this in your calculator, it's going to tell you 9, and you shouldn't need a calculator for this. But in this class, you're going to have to say that you actually know one more digit after the decimal, because that's your smallest amount, is this one right here. So here's where you'd have to write 9.0 as your answer. So be aware that you might have to add numbers after also, which tend to be zeros when you do that. And that's how you round your answers when you're adding and subtracting.